Hi guys, so for Christmas I got a little present from YouTube or Google or Alphabet, or to be more precise from Google AdSense. I got actually my first YouTube payment or AdSense payment to speak of, and what was already 95 euros, so I had probably gotten it a bit earlier if I had confirmed my banking account, but I think I was still below the threshold in November, so not quite sure if in January if I'm getting another one this month or if I have to wait like 2 or 3 months to get the next one. I think the whole ad budget is a bit higher in the Christmas season, or probably a lot higher, and this also contributes to higher gains, but also my channel has been growing quite a lot this year. It's about exploded since June, July. It's like 3,600% more watch time and tripled my subscribers. So quite happy with this. But actually, I want to take this as a reason to talk a bit about how YouTubers make money and the different ways how you can make money on YouTube. So basically, for most small YouTubers like me, we have a day job which pays all the expenses because you frankly cannot live with YouTube. I think even with 100,000 subscribers plus, it's not easy. I know some YouTubers, or don't know, but I watch some YouTubers with like 1 million subscribers, and they're complaining all the time that the money is not enough. And usually usually people say like you can say about $1 for 1,000 views. Overall is quite normal, and yeah, from there you can go up and you can see that most channels do like get like 10% of the views they have subscribers on a video, and then when you have a million subscribers, get 100,000 views on a video, it's like $100, and if you do like 2 videos a week, this is for most people not enough to go by, especially if you have kids and a family and have to pay rent and all the stuff. So most YouTubers require a day job to get along somehow. But then when we're talking about getting money from YouTube, yeah, basically almost everything where you can get money is ad-based. So somebody has to make advertisement on your video, has pays you for doing stuff with their stuff. So we're very much directly dependent on the whole ad industry, advertising companies, and of course the people behind the companies which are doing advertisements for their products. I think I had been, I must say, in my youth, I had a very bad feeling about ads in general. But then you have to see that like in communist countries they still had ads there, so there's I think this is like there are two sides to the whole thing, especially in German television. In private television we have a public television which everybody has to pay for, and we have private television which only makes the money with ads. And yeah, it's usually the ad breaks are quite long, and you get like 5-minute ad breaks, and this is, yeah, I really dislike this, for especially with the kids channels. Kids ads, for me this is about the worst. Same was on YouTube. All the ads at the moment are for mobile games, and I don't really like the business concept behind most free-to-play stuff. They're quite atrocious. They're really exploiting people with addiction behavior. Which are prone to addiction, like gambling addiction, and yeah, it's a bit problematic. Still, I'm not as consequent, so I haven't deactivated ads in AdSense so far. So can't complain too much. But as I said, the most money of all kinds is always a kind of advertisement which we are doing, and the main source for income for most YouTube creators in the past, and I think still today, is via Google AdSense, where you can activate the ads, the annoying ads in front of the video, and also the small banners and all this stuff, and the ad breaks in the middle of the video, which most creators place or don't place at all, so they're coming up in the middle of the word, which is a bit annoying. So all these kinds of ads are going via Google AdSense, which you also could use on your website, on other stuff, and Google or YouTube pays you 45% of their ad earnings. So 55% they keep, 45 go to me, to the creator, which is quite a good way too, I think. Most people in your daily life, in your day job, you probably get like between 1 and 10% of the revenue you create. That's quite normal, so it's not many people complain about YouTube, but actually I think this is quite a fair system, especially if you compare stuff like networks and so. The ratio is quite good. But with AdSense we're directly tapped in with the ad mark. So as I said, like in Christmas there are more ads, and then there are times where less ads are done, and this is directly going, this is what the major YouTubers are complaining if they say their revenue is going up and down, because it's directly depending on how much ads there are overall in the market. And on the other hand, one thing you will notice if you, I think it has become a bit less, I think especially on my channel I noticed this, but usually in the past when you watch a big channel there's always an ad in front, and if you watch a tiny channel there's almost never an ad in front. Maybe my increased income has stemmed from there that they're putting more ads onto my videos, because probably my audience is more advertisable at the moment, or maybe YouTube puts more faith into me for some reason, for being 3 years on this thing and creating like almost 300 videos and stuff. So still about the worst paid job I had ever done, if you would see it. It's like this kind, but in the recent years I am more went to see YouTube as a hobby and not so much as a business. So after I decided it's just a hobby, it finally goes to a point where it is becoming much more of a business than I had expected. So covered AdSense, the advertisement in front and after and in between in the video. This is one of the main sources, and this is where this $1 via 1,000 views comes by. Another great source of income is of course affiliation and sponsorships. But their affiliation is like, I will talk about Amazon affiliation because it's most known. Like if I talk about a product, I put a link there for a special link, and if you use this link to go to Amazon and buy some stuff, even usually if it's other stuff than I have actually discussed in the video, I get a small percentage from, or fixed fee. This depends very much on the product. Like every couple of months they send you a new list how much you get for a special thing. So for example, Prime memberships, they give you quite a lot usually for, and sometimes they drop to 0%, sometimes they are 15%, always depending a bit on what they want to sell at the moment. But then I get like this small percentage from the buy if the buy is gone, if the sale has gone through. This can be quite a lot more. This can even be much more than AdSense if you're very heavy product oriented, which my channel has become a bit in the last year. For whatever reason, I quite like doing reviews in general. Also always write reviews on Amazon. Just hoping to get to the wine club one day and get free stuff to review. This is about my biggest dream at the moment. Yeah, but affiliation, there's also affiliation for much other stuff, like yeah, basically everyone has an affiliation program of some kinds. Get me a customer and you get something in return. There are pros and cons for affiliation, and I want to make a whole video just about this affiliation topic, the costs and pros and cons of affiliation. So maybe I hopefully manage to do this one day, and then I forget to put a card here. Probably this video will not get so many views, or in general, who knows, no? It's usually the videos where you don't expect to get many views, and are slacking off and doing a really bad job. These are the videos which are really going high in views and everybody's complaining. So when my channel got much more successful, before I was successful, my channel had a 98.5% like to dislike ratio. Now I'm down to 70%. So really a big change there. So the downsides of success, like you could say. So yeah, but affiliation is a way where you can actually make much more money than just on ads, but it's also kind of ad in general. Other thing in the same region is sponsorships. Like you often see this like Great Course Plus and Force-based, all kind of businesses do sponsorships. So they give a creator some money to make a video, which is mostly about another topic. So they directly sponsor the creator, so they get the ad banner there, like putting your slogan onto a racing car, just with a YouTube creator. Then another thing in the range are product placements, where we go a bit on the sleazy side. You have to mark them in YouTube if you are getting paid product placements. Yeah, usually I think the most professional creators do mark them or don't do product placements at all. I think there are often in beauty channels and stuff, there are often hidden product placements, or there had been in the past, which can be legally problematic depending on the state and country you're in. So yeah, it's a bit of a sleazy thing. At the same hand, I'm getting at the moment I'm really getting quite regular emails and contacts mostly from Chinese companies which want to give me free products to review. Actually, I have a quite nice contact just going on in the last couple of days. And maybe get some ionic stuff, which I'm almost interested in. So this could be quite interesting. So like new wristbands, charging cable, stuff I would maybe get myself. So it's interesting. It's also like the thing, yeah, they give something free. They don't pay you, so usually you can give your free opinion of stuff, but certainly it's always a bit different if you have to pay for something or if you get it. Not quite true. As I say, I have a contact at the moment running, which sounds quite interesting, and they sound generally quite honest, because I think most companies which contacted me so far wanted me to write reviews at Amazon, which is strictly prohibited by Amazon. So I told them this is forbidden. I could make it on YouTube probably. Never heard from them again. And also the companies I've been contacted before, they have so many positive reviews in their description. Yeah, it's really working, but probably they are going to get banned, and or people who participate to a certain degree will also get banned. So I'm not really willing to go into that direction. So I think I'm only aware of one major thing at the moment where they're not directly in the ad or product placement, product advertisement market, and this is Patreon. I don't have a Patreon account. As I said, I have a day job which pays my expenses. I have not enough money at the end of the month. If I have money at the end of the month, which is usually a rare case in the recent time, I don't have enough much money to sponsor anybody. But also I don't feel that my channel is so especially good, that it actually deserves money be having Patreon. So if anybody one thing I was in the preparation of was thinking I could maybe do Amazon wishlist. So if somebody really wanted to sponsor me, he could buy me like a white box to do product reviews or something, or a second or third lamp for getting a bit better lighting, or a green screen, stuff like this. With the Patreon money, it's, yeah, you can use it as you want, and for somebody like me, which is more, yeah, I don't have a dependency on YouTube. I think it's not so interesting. But if anybody wants to sponsor me and people start asking, I probably will create an account as well, but don't see it happening at the moment. Especially not being able to live from it. So as I said in the starting, YouTube has so far been my worst paying job ever. So I got 95 euros so far for about 300, not quite 300, but almost 300 videos which I made. So if you put in, let's say I only did half an hour of work in every video, which is probably a bit on the low side. Usually would take me at least an hour, probably more. So then you can quite see that this would even be a bad job in most second world countries. But as I said, I switched more to a hobby. And for me, having more than one base of income is quite interesting, and is one of my major goals, besides getting into the Amazon Wine Club for whatever reason. No, thing is, my wife has an income, so the whole family depended on my income. When we bought the house, we have now a tenant, which gives a little bit of money. We have a solar installation, which also generates some income, so we are not 100% dependent on my job, just like 95.7% or something like this. Yeah, it's getting better in that direction. We're getting to a point where my work income gets less important, and this is something I really like, because yeah, it's always better to have more than one thing holding you up. So. But at the moment I cannot live by YouTube, and I have to figure out if I have to register as a business at the moment, which would maybe be interesting, because I could probably redeem taxes on stuff which I buy or something, but it's work in progress. It's quite complicated, the whole thing. So another 100 hours which I have to put into the channel to make good for the better video to pay ratio. Yeah. So I hope you learned something today. The video certainly got way too long and way out of its line. But these are topics which are quite interesting for me. And as I said, for the affiliation especially, I'm planning to do a video which maybe will be a bit better than this one, and hopefully a bit shorter, because I see some pros and cons there. Yeah. So tell me, guys, what are your thoughts on AdSense, advertisement, income on YouTube, and such on? Are you using AdSense? Is your channel generating any income at all? Are you still at a point where it's not turning a profit at all? How is it in your case? Yeah, tell me in the comments. I hope I can respond all of them, but usually it's no problem. See you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you're brand new and made it till here. You certainly need to subscribe, so press there on my head. And also don't forget to watch all my other stuff, because frankly, if you made it till here, you are almost certainly required to do what I told you. So just subscribe. I hate begging for subscribe. It's about the worst thing, but probably it works. So everybody does it, and it's probably the only way to end a YouTube video. I recently saw a podcast, and I have told the stories like 54 times now, where a guy told that his or a friend, the children are watching YouTube to get sleep, and they are now saying please subscribe instead of good night, because they think this is what the people do. Yeah, so far we have come in 2018, guys. It's like my children always trying to touch screen control the television, which is not possible because it's not a touch screen. Yeah. Reminds me a bit of the scene in Star Trek 2 where they try to talk with the computer mouse. This is how technology progresses, and we're all getting older, especially me. So don't forget to subscribe. If you're still here now, you must do it. So see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, and thank you for your support, for your subscription, for watching this video, watching all the other videos, and making my channel into much more than I had hoped it could become. So thanks, guys. guys, you are the ones I'm making this stuff for, and me myself. Probably recent time I did more for myself. I think that you guys made this all possible in some way, and I have to thank you deeply. Bye bye.